Welcome, everyone. This is Matrixlord212, and I am live, going over some events. We're going to be taking a look at box office, going to be going over the news, constantly up to date with Avengers Endgame. So I'm glad that Avengers Endgame now has $2,620,000,000. I'm hoping we're going to get a little bump with the foreign numbers again this week, maybe Thursday or Friday. It would be, in a perfect world, it would it would beat Avatar right away, but right now it's getting a little more difficult. So I'm talking about Avatar worldwide box office. So it would be nice if we did 2,700,000,000 by the weekend. Are we going to do that? That would entail us having another 80,000,000 in, which is probably not going to happen. Although the foreign numbers could be key. I mean, if we get in at least 50 and then 30,000,000 from foreign numbers, or like 60, and you know what I'm saying, that would be great. Yes, I just realized I'm drinking out of me and Sharon mug. I'm actually having some tea. That's a rarity, tea. I'm having some tea with my face on it. Me and Sharon. This is from Sharon's mom. She got us this mug. And it looks like I'm bald almost, like I'm drinking out of my head. Isn't it? Isn't that? Isn't that hysterical? Oh, I like tea. I might be sipping some more tea lately. All right. So again, Avengers Endgame, that's great. Wanted to touch upon the Ghostbusters thing because I love Dan Aykroyd. Don't get me wrong. I think he's great. I love his movies. But then he gets these ideas, these crazy ideas. Like when he did that thing with the Strange Things kids, allowing them to have the Ghostbuster gear. All of a sudden, from people losing their shit, he's like, oh, we could do Ghostbusters kids, like, teenagers. And like, it feels like he's living under a rock, because like, does he go on the internet to know that people want a Ghostbusters 3? They want to see him and Bill Murray, and they want to see, Ernie Hudson. Like, why can't we just do that? And there's a whole bunch of other people too, like me, who also love the girls in Ghostbusters 2016. I want a sequel to that too. So there's two different franchises in a way. Same thing, but like, now you're going to create a new team, which I don't know how that works. Like, are you doing like a Nickelodeon Ghostbusters? Like, kids find the proton packs and let's go. I mean, like, is that the audience for like us, or are you meant to be an audience for the family, just family, not like, I mean, that's what I'm trying. I just, I mean, I don't know. I'm hearing $30 to $50 million budget. Wow, that's kind of cheap, no? I'm getting tired of drinking out of my own head. I'm going like this. How about this? Blank side. That's good, right? So like 30 million to 50 million. I mean, doesn't mostly movies do $100 million budgets? Most of them. So like, where's the special effects going to be? There's not going to be any. Like, I don't know. This gets me worried now about Ghostbusters 3. If they call it that, which they shouldn't call it that. They should call it Ghostbuster Legacy. I think that would be a great title, Ghostbuster Legacy. So that way you're not like saying it's flat out Ghostbusters 3. And I think that would make more sense. Ghostbusters Legacy. Try to use that title, please. You can use it with my permission. There you go. I would like for them to have originally like the cinematic universe, more ideas, more team members, spinned off from the girls. Like, there's a whole bunch of teams now. Are we going to get that? Probably not. And I'm tired of getting disappointed with things. It would be nice, again, just write a sequel with the original Ghostbusters, include it, Howard Ramos's daughter as an honor. That would be great, and get new members with the originals. Have Seth Rogen play Oscar, and then bring his friends in, and then there you go. You got all the people from like this at the end, and you know, Pineapple Express, and all in here. That would be great. James Franco, everybody, come on, that'd be awesome. Just do that. I said that originally. They should have did something like that. Game of Thrones. I think the problem is that everybody, like, you make the episodes monumental, but then the last episode you use as filler, like, and talking, and that's not what people are on board for. They're like, where's the action? Where's this? This Game of Thrones. It's like you used up all your battles, and now it's just like, let's talk about us. Let's talk about this. Let's talk, happy, joy, and it's just people are like, oh yeah, if I want to watch a show about talking, I'll go work and talk. And it's just like, like, did they have enough lines for Cersei before she died? Probably not. Did they have enough scenes? Probably not. It felt like some characters didn't know what they wanted to do with. They just left there. The building fell on them. Okay, it's like that was a shitty ending for her and Jamie. They should have, like people pointed out, they could, if they would have moved to the side, they would have been okay. It's like stupid. They should have lived. I know Jamie was mortally wounded, which he probably wouldn't have, but at least he would have hung on there a little bit. It would have been nice to see Jamie kill Daenerys than Jon Snow. That would have been a much better thing. The Kingslayer did it because, again, he did it already. So to have him do it would have been like, it would have like showed what he is. He's a Kingslayer. It's like that would have been, and she deserved it. So to have Jon Snow do it, I mean, we knew he was going to do it, but I understand with the dragon though. Like I've said this before, like the dragon can't kill Jon Snow because he's part Targaryen. He can't burn. Like I don't think anybody realizes that. So for the dragon to just do that, and then you have a naked Jon Snow would be pointless. The dragon knows, he smells him what he is, and technically the dragon, if he asked, he would be able to control the dragon, but he didn't, and the dragon knew of her obsession with the throne. So I honestly don't think she's dead. I think that because dragons are magical creatures and everything, and I think that the dragon's going to save her. But we'll never know, will we? We'll never know if she gets restored. We'll never know if she's becomes a Night Queen. We'll never know any of that stuff. They're just not going to go with any sequels or any spin-offs in sequel time. It's only prequels, which I'm not really that crazy about. I don't know if I'm going to see that. So the Doctor Who thing, I think it's great news that there's Junior in it. And if you look at the picture, she looks like she's handcuffed. So I'd like to see what kind of crimes they're going to charge the Doctor with. And it's exciting because it bridges the gap. I mean, like, yeah, the Dalek appeared, but now with more monsters appearing, it feels like Doctor Who again, And it's exciting to do podcasts on it. So yeah, today's comic book day, meaning every Wednesday new comic books come out. Probably gonna get Iron Man comic, which is I think wraps up his story arc, first story arc. And then what else? There was something else that was coming out today. That I get. Did I write it down? It would have been nice if I wrote it down, right? Let's see. Of course I don't write it down. Why not? Why would I? Right? No. Didn't. All right. Well, let's see what's in the news today. Hold on. Oh yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That trailer was awesome. Like I like Quentin Tarantino movies. I didn't see all of his movies, but I see most of them. It looks like they're gonna do Charles Manson in this too. I wasn't expecting that really. So that's gonna be, unless that's a little side thing that they're doing in the movie. But that's pretty damn cool. I can't wait to see it. So now, is his next movie Star Trek? That's what I'm wondering. We also got some photos, it says, of Rise of Skywalker, confirming that the Knights of Ren are definitely in it. That would be great. So I don't know anything about that. I don't know how the Emperor comes back, really, unless all the stuff we heard was true with Matt Smith, which I don't know. Going back to the Dan Aykroyd thing, I have to for a second. How could you do a prequel to Ghostbusters where the first time they encountered ghosts ever was in Ghostbusters 1, right? But now you're saying that they encountered ghosts before. They're going to make a high school thing out of it. They're teenagers. They're catching ghosts. They're doing this. They're doing that. Oh, we'll be called the Ghostbusters. Ghostbuster High. No. He's rebooting. He's retconning. He's recreating the Ghostbuster universe for a new generation. But he's trying to do it with the same characters, but rebooted with younger people acting. And I can't get on board with that. I just, like, why can't you just move forward, do a sequel or do new characters or something? But like we need the original Ghostbusters. I mean, to do it with children, I don't understand why can't we have a Ghostbuster movie and then have a spin-off with children? Like, if you want to do that, if you want to do teenagers, why does this have to be Ghostbusters 3? Like, why can't it just be a spin-off? Why? I don't understand that. Again, they saw the ghost for the first time in Ghostbusters. They never encountered any of that. So it's pointless to do a prequel, and especially in the 60s. Wouldn't it be expensive then that you're trying to keep the budget down? Wouldn't it be expensive to now do a period piece where you have to have everything in the background that's the 60s? That wouldn't make any sense. And how could the budget be? Like, well, he's talking about the budget for the new Ghostbusters being 30 to 40 million or something like that. Are you kidding? Like, did you ever spend 30, 40 million in a Ghostbusters thing? No. You spent a lot more than that. So I don't understand where we're getting this from, like with the budgets. I mean, I just look at the budget for Ghostbusters movies. I mean, I'm gonna type that in now. Because there's no way they spent, like, let's see. This is why he's saying that. He's not realizing it. He's looking at the first Ghostbusters film that was in 1984, right? That was 30 million. But you can't do that now for 30 million. There's no, like, where's the inflation? Ghostbusters 2, they won't even tell you what they spent. Wow. Ghostbusters 2016, we know they spent 144 million. But you can't spend 30 million, like 40 million for a Ghostbusters movie now. That's like, the special effects would be garbage. Like, why would you do that? So he's not taking into account inflation and all that other stuff. The movie's a long time ago. You can't spend $30 million in Ghostbusters 3. Not at all. What else is going on today? The Terminator trailer is not till Thursday, so we got to wait on that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Currently watching Doom Patrol, which I'm hooked on it now after episode 2, because episode 1 was just crap. I thought I gave it a 3, but episode 2 was like an 8. So I'm going to be finishing the whole damn run of Doom Patrol and reviewing it on here. As far as gaming goes, what am I playing? I'm playing Spiral the Dragon, the first one, on PlayStation 4, and that's my game obsession right now. Overcooked, I'll probably get back into that, even though I beat the game. There's 2 more trophies to be had. And then Overcooked 2 is on the list. On the list. There's a few games on the list, but that is the one that makes my next purchase list, as well as the Castlevania collection, which I should have got already. Shame on me. So, books. What am I doing with the book? Nothing. Not doing anything with book 13 at the moment. Not that, well, I know this is book month for me, but I'm not doing anything with the book yet. that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that we're having a temporary setback. So it's cool. Everything costs money. What else do we talk about? I guess I will get out of here because I am being summoned. What's up, Scott? All right, we're out of here. Take care. Bye for now.